We're so far apart.
No, we're not. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Caffeinate Your Career. Today's topic, job search tips for those 55 and older. I'm your host, the career coach with the most, Jason Opper. With me today is the super senior director of career and financial services, Ms. Jill Tokumoto.
Good morning, everybody.
Jill, welcome to Caffeinate Your Career.
Thanks, Jason. Excited to be here.
Jill said that we're too far apart. We're not. It looks like we're far apart or farther apart on camera, but we're really sitting very close to each other. All right, I'm going to check to make sure that we're live.
All right.
So Jill, how I'm thinking this is going to run is we'll do just kind of an overview and then drill down into stuff. Specific tactics. I think like for those people that are looking for work that are 55 and older, it's important to remember to leverage your skills.
Absolutely. You know, I think sometimes we tend to downplay what we've done because we think, oh, maybe it was too long ago, or maybe it doesn't matter. All of your experiences matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's important to share that.
I think that the more that so a lot of that's going to have to come in like how well do you know yourself? Are you self-aware, right?
Yeah.
Because you need to know the one thing that the employer wants, which is how can you solve the problem, right? And so you need to know how those skills that you have learned throughout your career are going to translate into solutions.
Exactly. And I think sometimes it's difficult, 55 and older, maybe you haven't worked for a while, this is something new for you, and you're not that confident.
Yeah, I think that for sure that job search is a mindset game.
Yes.
And I tell clients all the time, I can teach you everything that you need to do to be successful.
Right.
But if you don't have the right mindset going into it, it's not going to work. I remember years ago, I had a client and she came and sat down in my office and she said, I'm very upset. And I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? And she goes, well, my friend told me that I'm over 50 and nobody's going to hire me.
Oh.
And I'm like, she's right. And she was like, what? Like, you're supposed to be helping me. And I'm like, you've already bought into the fact that she said that you're over 50 and no one's going to hire you. Because you've bought into the fact that because this is a mindset game, you've already set yourself up to fail.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, so you need to probably take that thought and crunch it up like a piece of paper and throw it right out your brain, because that's absolutely not true.
Yes.
Like back in the day, yeah, maybe. But like as human, and we were just having this conversation earlier, right? Because we were talking about how old we are.
Yes, and we're not going to say how old.
Jill's not going to say how old she is. I'm going to be 53 this year. And by the way, I feel so much better in my 50s than I ever did in my 40s.
Absolutely.
I'm so much more healthier. Like I'm eating better. I stopped vaping. I work out more, right?
Absolutely.
Like I'm just like, but my point, and I did have one, as humans, we're just living longer. Like back in the day, it was like, oh, I'll get to like 65 and retire. And then but now we're living into our 80s, 90s.
Right.
Like,
people
so,
are working into their 70s.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. I think the other thing too is, staying up on technology, being current on technology.
Yes.
We see clients who come in and they don't know how to work on their resume because they don't have the skills, the basic skills to open up a Word document. And you'd be surprised how many people don't know how to type.
How to type?
Yes. Okay.
Like, I understand, because sometimes I would get, I would have customers when I was working for the state, and they would come in and was like, well, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, do those two fingers work? Like, you can get Like,
Yes.
I'm not typing stuff out for you.
Right, exactly.
It's not my job to do everything for you.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about current technology like Word or Excel.
Excel.
Did you know that Word and Excel, they're not new as technologies?
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft Word debuted in 1983.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
That's over 42 years ago. Excel debuted in 1985, followed by the Windows operating system in 1989. These are not new.
Yeah.
Like, and there is absolutely no excuse for you not to learn it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not at all. And I think, like, employers expect you to have some degree of knowledge of Word and Excel.
And if you don't have it, take a class.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea, Jill. Don't we have classes starting up coming soon?
What? Yes, we do. On Monday, August 25th, from 10 to 12, we are going to start a Excel Basic class. And then on Tuesday, we will have Excel Basic 2. And then on Wednesday, we will have a Basic Word class. So if you need help with technology, go to our website and you will find the link to register for the class.
Yes.
It's virtual. We have an amazing instructor. Chris has a lot of experience with technology, teaching, and it's going to be wonderful. So reach out to us, enroll, take a class.
Yep, get out there and learn some Word and Excel.
Yes.
These days, too, you need to have some kind of an understanding of artificial intelligence.
Ooh, something I have been working on.
I read an article about maybe 6 weeks ago that said that 34% of hiring managers will be asking the question, how do you use AI?
Ooh, wow.
That's only 34%. That's 34%. Doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm sure that's going to go up as we get more into it. But you need to know how to answer that question.
Right.
I don't care how you do it. Just answer the question.
Right. I think that leads into LinkedIn. I know LinkedIn's not new, but when I first started in this position, I had no idea. I had a LinkedIn profile.
Yes.
But that was pretty basic.
Yes.
And I've been slowly learning. Jason has been an excellent teacher, but I know I have so much more to learn. But I went to last week's seminar that we had here at JFS.
Yes.
And, just doing whatever I can to learn so that my LinkedIn profile looks better than it was. So you're never too old. It's never too late to take a class.
Yeah. Shout out to G, who was here last week and did LinkedIn presentation for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that one of the things that it's good for, and we'll cover that in a little more detail, is good for building that brand, right? And how the brand is going to be. By the way, good morning, Yolanda Chen. I see you in the chat, and I will try to monitor the chat. If you guys have any questions for me and Jill, there are 6 people watching live, so put them in the chat, and I will try to answer those.
Perfect.
I think it's important to make sure that you are emphasizing your skills, both on the resume, but also in the interview itself.
Absolutely.
Actually, I want to jump in right now and talk about tactics. I mean, we've got the overview, we were talking about, that, but I want to get into like what you should be doing specifically.
Okay.
As an experienced rich worker.
Okay. How about if we start with your resume?
Let's start with the resume.
Okay.
Why not? So I think the first thing to do is to make sure that you have specific skills that you want highlighted in a top section, a core competency section in your resume.
Yes.
Followed by a statement where hopefully you can quantify something to better tell your story.
Mm-hmm.
job search trends are going to change from year to year. That will include resumes.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if your guys, if your resume has like an objective, that was so 2000.
And late.
If your resume has a professional summary up top, no, sorry.
No.
We're not doing that either today. If your resume at the top of it has just skills listed out, oh, that was so good, like, I don't know, 5 years ago, but it doesn't help tell your story. And that's not how we're writing resumes today. And you need to be up to date and current.
Mm-hmm.
Highlighting those specific skills with a statement to quantify up top is going to get you farther and some more eyeballs on it.
Right.
The objective is like what you want.
Mm-hmm.
The employer doesn't care what you want.
Right.
The employer cares, can you solve my problem?
Exactly.
Just throwing skills up there doesn't tell me anything at all about you. They're just words.
Mm-hmm.
Professional summaries, they're usually about 4 or 5 sentences, but still they're blocky, they're chunky.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to read blocky chunks of information.
Yes.
We consume data differently than we do today than we did back then.
Yes.
And job hunters need to understand that. It's why everything is fast.
Yes.
It's why TikToks are 30 seconds. It's why posts on X are only 120 characters. We don't want to read chunks of information.
Exactly.
So, make sure you have and your resume is up to date and that it's going to be, the employers are going to want to read it.
Right. And I think too, customizing it to that application, to that job. Read the description and make sure that, you have those skills, right? Use those keywords so that you can show what you have to offer.
Tailoring your resume takes time.
It does.
But I think it's worth it because you'll have those keywords.
Mm-hmm.
I think, too, that would mean this. Apply to fewer positions.
Yes. I have so many clients, Jason, who say, I applied for 10 jobs today. And during the week, I applied for 50. Okay, tell me what they were. Well, I can't remember.
What?
Exactly.
But, yeah. It's like, I think, again, that's one of the things that's changed in job search. It's like you can play the numbers game and just apply and continue to apply to jobs and hope that somebody's going to call you back. But that's not a very effective way to conduct the job search. And also, too, what will happen is you continue to get those auto generated, rejection emails, and then it takes a toll on your
confidence, your self-esteem.
You start to feel bad. Like, I got skills. Like, why didn't anybody call? That's because, well, what happened? Again, job search changed. Job search changed. Nobody told anybody that it changed. So now we've got clients who are 55 and older, and they think, oh, I should be applying to jobs. No. I tell my clients that unless it's a target company, someplace specific where you want to work, where you know someone, applying to a job is a complete waste of time. Now, I know some people will disagree with that, but, typically the people that are disagreeing already have a job, and they're telling you what you should do. Thank you, Yolanda. Yolanda said that I look great. I do look good today.
Whoa.
Thank you. Joe is in the chat. He says Joe's he's the CEO of Ascend.
Oh, nice.
Staffing. Joe said it's a good piece of information. We can help candidates prepare for how do you use AI 100%.
Nice.
And Kathleen McGregor says professional summary is a no-go. Then what? Just highlights? Yes, Kathleen, put some skills up top, those core competencies, and put a quantifying statement behind it. Allison Bishop says if you need to list skills on top. How do you do that? Do you have bullet points instead of text? Yes, bullet point out those core competencies, and then put a quantifying statement behind it. Hopefully that is clear, guys. All right. I think I see too many resumes where, they have everything bullet pointed, but there's like, I don't know, 8 to 12 bullet points per employer.
Yes.
That's like way too much. Like, I think no more than 5 per employer it should be listed as far as the details go. I like to compare the bullet points and the details on your resume to like the trailers at the movies.
Oh, I like that.
Right? Because they only have a minute and a half, 2 minutes, depending on how much the studio bought, to show you all of the things that exploded or the guys that got punched or whatever. Right. And now you're like, oh man, I'm going to go see Caught Stealing. I'm going to go see that movie. Right? Yes. That's exactly how the bullet point should read on your resume. It's like they read it, they're like, oh man, I got to pick up the phone and call Jill.
Exactly. Yes.
So think about when you're adding those in, make sure that the ones that you're adding are going to make sense and be interesting for the employer to look at.
I think too, 55 plus, if you have a lot of work experience, listing like the last 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, for sure. You don't need to go back more than that.
Yeah.
And
your
by the way,
high school job, your summer job, you don't need that.
Here's something here's why I suggest this. Okay, because everybody thinks it's about age. Oh, if I go back more than 10 years, they'll know how old I am. No, that's not the reason why. The reason I don't suggest you go back farther than that has nothing to do with age, has everything to do with technology. Yep. The way technology is advancing and as fast as it is advancing, anything past 10 years is completely irrelevant.
Yep.
We do our jobs differently. I mean, everybody's been talking about AI, right? And AI, but and we just mentioned it a minute ago, but AI is not new. It's been around since the 50s. It's getting a bigger push lately as people are understanding what it can do for you. But it can automate so many processes, including your job search.
Yep. So I think that leads into, taking out outdated information.
Yeah.
And we don't need to know your graduation date.
No, not for high school and or any diplomas that you
Nothing.
Also, I think keeping up to date. For example, I was working with a client and they had some certifications listed that have been expired.
Yes.
Why are they on your? They don't put them on your resume. You don't need it. Hey, Rhonda, thanks for being a part of today's episode. Rhonda Robinson. She's
nice,
actually helping answer questions in the chat, so I do appreciate that. I think if you're going to look for a job, it's a great idea to leverage your network.
Oh, absolutely. Let people know you are looking for a job.
Everybody should know that you're looking for a job.
Yes.
If somebody is in your phone, they're in your phone for a reason. Their friend, family, former coworker, let them know that you are looking for work.
Yes.
I would say network or not work.
Oh, I've never heard you say that before.
I say that all the time. You need to hang out with me more, apparently.
I do.
We had mentioned LinkedIn before. Guys, I can't tell you, stress this enough. If you need to be on LinkedIn. And also you need a current profile picture for LinkedIn.
Jason, that is a good one. I have clients who ask me, should I put a recent picture of myself? Because I look a lot older than my original picture. It's like, well, that's what you look like when you show up.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? This is who you are.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So update your picture.
They're gonna see you.
Yes, exactly.
Like either in person or on a Zoom call or Teams call, video call, they're going to see you.
Yeah.
So you don't want a picture from 20 years ago.
No. Unless you plan on dyeing your hair back to that color, and
well, even if you did dye your hair back to that color, like from 20 years ago, like you got wrinkles. Your face has changed.
Yeah.
Like I got I don't know, a couple months ago, there's like this little weird divot that just showed up, like right here between in my forehead.
You mentioned that at lunch the other day.
I don't know what happened. It's just like I didn't run into anything. It's just like this little divot that our faces change.
Absolutely.
Get a current picture. Yeah. I think the other thing for LinkedIn is and when you talk about brand, it's a good idea. LinkedIn is good for building brand, posting content on why you're the expert in the field.
Yeah.
I think he's retired now, but my friend Kristen when she did work here, she was always talking about her dad. And her dad was in his 80s and still working, But what was amazing is not only is he still working because he wants to, he doesn't have to, he wants to work. Right. But not only is he still working, but other companies are continually trying to recruit him away from the current company that he's at.
Wow.
Because he's so good at what he does.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. This is where you can leverage LinkedIn and become an expert or post content on why you are the expert in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Once you do that, nobody cares about how old you are because they can see the value that you are able to provide.
Yes.
So that part just completely out the window.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm a certified career coach. Right? Yes. I have a certification. It's on my LinkedIn. It's also, you can see the certification in my office if you're in my office. But you know what? When I show up or when I do presentations or when I talk to clients, that doesn't ever really come up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I post content on LinkedIn every day.
I know you do.
And it's all about job search tips and things that you can do or push content watch this episode of Caffeinate Your Career today. And I have already established myself and my brand as I know what I am talking about when it comes to this.
Right.
This is what I am good at. I am an expert in job search strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And within a few minutes of me talking about it, you understand that I know what I'm talking about because I've built the brand.
Right. Absolutely.
Nobody's asking about qualifications because
yes.
Same thing, guys. You can be in there and start posting content on LinkedIn on why you're the expert in the field, how you can solve a problem, written version of your star story, and some personal stuff.
Yes. So when I first retired, I was an elementary school principal. And when I first retired, I would post things about education. I started getting all of these different people reaching out. Hey, can you teach this class? Can you do this? Can you do that? Which led to, me teaching at the university.
Going back to work.
Yeah, going back to work. And I wasn't intending to, but I think that is an example of, that networking, posting, LinkedIn, being, having your story told and building your brand.
Yeah. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just real quick, Kathleen McGregor in the chat said that she got 2 possible leads networking just the other day. There you go. Proof right there that it does work.
Yes.
So outside of LinkedIn, I think it's a good idea to do networking events and groups. We just mentioned we had a networking event this next week or last week. The next one is coming up in September.
The second
Tuesday of September, I believe it's the 9th, and I have former Chief Human Resources Officer and current career coach, Sandy Knight, coming and doing a presentation on, the title of it is, I Just Got Laid Off, so why does it feel like I was fired?
Yes.
A lot of people laid off out there. So if you're in the DFW area, you need to be in my office the second Tuesday in September to see Sandy's presentation, especially if you were laid off. So outside of that, go to some meetups.
Yes.
Meetup.com. Go to meetup.com, guys. Register for meetups. It will ask you things that you like to do, and then it will start suggesting meetups for you. Please stay away from meetups that are job search related unless it is something like South Lake Focus Group or Here or Frisco Connect. Anything that's not really well organized is probably like, I don't know, 5 people sitting around complaining why they can't get a job. And that's not going to be helpful. But pick things that you like to do.
Yeah.
Right? I like meetups. I go to meetups. My meetup is every Wednesday at 6. And it's a gaming meetup. But you know what? I know everything about everybody in my meetup. I know who had to go to San Antonio this week for work. I know who's a bibliophile. I know who's allergic to the sun.
Okay.
I know what everybody does for a living. One gal became a client. She's like, Hopper, give me your pitch. I'm thinking of changing careers.
Right.
Right? Like, you never know who somebody else is going to know, but until you start showing up to things and talking to people, nothing's going to happen.
Absolutely. So when COVID happened, right, everybody's lives changed. I got laid off, and it really did feel like I got fired, even though the company laid us off, and then they, eventually had to close their doors. So come to our session in September. But I think too, that networking part is so important. My husband retired and was not looking for a job. And a friend of his knew someone who was looking for someone with my husband's skills, made that connection. He's been with them for 5 years now. One thing leads to another. You just never know. Just having a conversation, having coffee, gaming, anything like that. I belong to Orange Theory. I have met so many people in different companies, organizations, and they're like, hey, we could maybe do this, or do you have somebody for that? You just never know.
Well, how did you end up here?
Well, I did my research, looked around, and I was a volunteer in the food pantry.
You volunteered here,
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just never, I never thought it would turn into what I'm doing now.
Yes.
Right?
That's not right, because that's not what you were hired for.
No, I was happy being a shopper in the food pantry.
Yeah. So volunteering also a really good way to meet people. You're giving back, and I think it's just nice to do.
Yes, it
right?
is.
And you're meeting diverse people.
Yeah.
I was in the food pantry the other day working, and this was it was the week before school started.
Yeah.
And there was a mom and her 2, I'm guessing 13, 15, kids were in the food pantry. I'm like, how cool is that?
Yes.
You never know. And by the way, we will have groups come in, AT&T will be in the food pantry. A whole group, you might be working along somebody at a company that's a target for you.
Exactly.
And
you start talking,
and now you've got a lead and a champion at a company where you want to work.
Yes. I have to say this. So I am a total introvert. It is difficult for me to just make that decision, go out there, not know anybody, and, engage in everything. It takes a lot. I have to really pump myself up to do it. It's difficult. I think the older I've gotten, the harder it's become. So again, going back to mindset, right?
Yeah.
Thinking about, I would have my stock things that I would talk about. Small talk for me is very difficult. So I would prepare, I would plan, and I would show up. And, I might say the same thing 10 times, but at least I engaged with people.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot. You are a very social person, Jason. I have to imagine that it just comes easily and naturally to you. But for someone like me or others out there, it is a struggle. And so one step at a time.
I am an extroverted introvert.
That is an ambivert.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, so like I can do this.
Yep.
I can do. I'm not. Dude, you can plot me down in front of a big crowd and say, talk about job search. Okay, gotcha. Like, I could do that for an hour and a half.
Yes.
And I don't care if I'm talking to 2 people or 300. It's just something that I can do. But at the end of the day, I want to sit down, take a breath,
Right.
watch whatever show I'm binging right now,
Mm-hmm.
and just play my game and just sit quietly.
Yes.
And I'm totally cool with just being, I mean, I spend time with my family,
Sure.
but like, by 8 o'clock, the dynamic of the house changes. Like, hopefully the teen has eaten, but he should be getting geared up to start getting ready for bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
My wife is out doing whatever she's doing,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to sit and be
Yeah.
quiet with myself.
I am the same.
Yeah.
At work, I am on all the time, right? And in my own time, the networking part is a challenge for me.
Yeah.
I have to gear up and be in the right mindset. And truly, I have to force myself to do it. But because I have prepared myself to show up, that has led to so many opportunities.
Did you have to get pumped up to do this episode of Caffeinate?
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I know you, Jason.
Right.
I see you every day.
Right.
We have a great relationship.
Do
but
we?
Still, well, at times.
It's a little rocky right now. We won't go into no, but you said yesterday. I was like, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. And you're like, I'm gonna go home and practice that. She had her notes, and I was like, okay, and then I like before this happened, I set everything up, and then I sit and practice because it makes it flow better.
Yes.
I think one misstep that I see experience-rich workers make is they don't demonstrate a willingness to learn.
Oh yes. Like being stuck in your old ways.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in an interview and you're not, or back in the day, no,
Yeah.
or there's no excuse not to have learned something. Employers do not want to hear, oh, I don't know how to do that, but I can learn it. Go figure it out beforehand so you have something actionable to tell the employer if they ask you.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't care what it is, information's out there, and you can learn it.
Yes.
You could just, even if you had to, what? Talk about things that change. When you go to Google, whenever you type into Google, the first thing that pops up is not articles about stuff, it's the AI. The AI tells you, it gives you a quick summary.
Yeah.
That's how I knew that Word came out in 1983. I just did a quick, and it told me,
Yeah.
right? You could apply that to anything.
Mm-hmm.
But being closed-minded and not wanting to learn is going to kill you almost every single time and getting hired.
And your age should not be that excuse.
No.
That's what I hear
100%, yeah.
a lot of times. Well, I'm old, so I can't learn, or my mom's 86. She learns something new every day. And that's why she can still drive, she still can, do her thing, walk on the treadmill, exercise, all those things, because she learns something new every day. And she makes it a point to do it.
That's amazing.
Age is not an excuse.
No. Yeah. I mean, if you think that you can't do it because of your age, you've already lost.
You're done.
Right? Like,
Sure.
It's job search in itself is just a mindset game.
Yes.
And so going into it, you need to remember the skills that you have and what you can bring to the table. How can you, we talk about like where you might be a specific fit if you are an older worker. Like startups are so hungry for like C-suite
Yes.
or senior project managers,
Yes.
biz dev, because they don't know how to do it. Like, yeah, you know what? At this point, probably whomever you're going to be reporting to is going to be younger than you.
Yes.
But like if they have a idea or they're in a startup, they don't know how to do it.
Right.
They need experienced rich workers to come in and show them how to do it.
And I think too, if you have that confidence and you can share your knowledge, it doesn't matter.
Right. Well, again, that goes back to just posting stuff, content on LinkedIn or even other social media.
Yes.
Like LinkedIn, of course, is for business and job seekers. But like, I met a couple of years ago. I met a she does holistic health coaching, right? And she's a nurse. And we were talking. We hit it off, and she's like, "Oh my God, let's get connected on social media." I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." I'm pulling up LinkedIn, and she's like, "Okay, what's your Instagram?" I'm like, "Instagram." She built her clientele and her whole thing on Instagram.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you could do that on other social media, but you or establish yourself as the expert in other social media. Like I mean, I don't know. A couple weeks ago, we got the podcast updated, and I posted it on Facebook. Like, hey, if you're looking for a job or check out this podcast. I hear the host is pretty cool. Because I am.
He is.
I have no confidence issues. We'll say that.
No, you don't. But what if you did?
If I did have confidence issues?
Yeah. And you were 55 plus.
So one of the things that I work with my clients on, especially if they have confidence issues or they're not real sure and are starting to self-doubt, is I have them write it out like on a piece of paper, put it in your phone on your notes section. I have notes for everything, or type it out in Microsoft Word. When did Word start again? I said it twice in this podcast.
1983.
1983. Yeah, there you go. Jill was paying attention. Or put it in a Word doc. Come up with an attributes list.
Oh.
Why is it that you're good at your job? Why do you kick ass at your job? Write me out a list. And then I have them add to it, why are you a nice human?
Oh.
And this way, when we start to self-doubt, when we start to have confidence issues, this is why you have to write it out, because you go back and refer to it. And now you're looking at your attributes list, you're like, man, I'm good at this. I got this.
I like that.
And you don't start, because when we start to self-doubt, when we start to down spiral and start to worry about that, it's harder to up spiral. So anytime I have a client that comes to me and says they're having confidence issues, we nip that in the bud straight away so that we don't start sliding down that spiral of doubt.
Mm-hmm. Great strategy. I love that. Thanks.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yep. Yolanda says confidence shines through 100%. Yolanda. And yes, when you are prepared, you are more confident. Speaking of being prepared, it's a good time to do another commercial. Guys, if you didn't know it, we have a virtual interview practice program, VIP Squared, where we do it every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Central. It's virtual. You can do it from anywhere. I've got 7 people on my team that have extensive experience in interviewing people. That's potentially 7 different interviews that you can practice with, right? And everybody's different and everybody has a different style, which you need because when you go to interview, you never know what kind of style that person might have. Right. So the more interviewing, make no mistake, is a skill. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. Yes. So If you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds great, Jason, can I sign up today? You can sign up today, but we won't get you on the schedule till next week because I got one spot left for next week, and if we need to roll you over to the following week, we can do that. But you do need to practice. In fact, outside of the one mistake I see job hunters make time and again is you don't put enough practice into interviewing. You're like, oh, it's my story. I know it. I can do it. No, you don't.
No.
Yes, it's your story. Yes, you can do it, but you can't wing it. You have to practice it. So if you're like, that's amazing, how do I get into that practice interview, Jay? Email me. My email is jhopper, the letter J, HOPPER, at jfsdallas.org. jhopper at jfsdallas.org. Put practice interview in the subject line. I'm going to need your resume. I'm going to need a job title because I'm going to run that through AI, and I'm going to ask industry-specific questions for you. And then at the end of how it works is you'll be put in a breakout room with the interviewer. They'll interview you for 30 minutes. There's 15 minutes of feedback. And at the end of the week, they will send me a feedback form that I will forward on to you, so you will have something tangible and in your hand by the end of the week of things that you want to improve on. Get on it. Do not wait. Email me today.
To add on to that, a lot of my clients participate in mock interviews, and when they get their feedback sheet, we go through it together.
Oh yeah.
And here's the other thing: if you sign up for the mock interviews, and even if you don't, and you think you have this, right? I always suggest go on AI, put in your field, get the questions, and practice. They're not going to be the exact questions that you will be asked. Maybe, but at least you have a sense. And then you can practice pretty much the scenarios. When you have your story, right? You can relate it to any question. But if you think you're going to come up with it and wing it on the spot, it's not going to happen.
No. And, I compare the interview or rather the questions that the interviewer may ask. The interview is like a test that you have the answers to.
Yes.
Now, we can't know everything they're going to ask, but we do know they could say, tell me about a time when you had a difficult customer. How did you resolve that? You know they could ask, what skill do you need to work on? Tell me about yourself.
Yes.
Like, there's questions coming. You need to be prepared to know how to answer them. Right? There's and interviewing, again, it's a skill, and the more you do it, the better you get. And the more you practice, the better. And like Yolanda said, the more confident you are.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Jill, we're about at time. Any final thoughts on tips for people job hunting that are 55 and older?
I think, give yourself grace.
Yeah.
Because it's tough. Job search can be tough. Right? And to your point, it's when you start to spiral.
Yeah.
You need to have that strategy of, building yourself up, being confident. And just those small wins, right? If you get a response back saying, celebrate that win.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like interviews. I mean, when you didn't get the job, and it sucks when you don't get the job,
totally.
But you need to at least celebrate the fact that you actually got the interview because job postings right now are getting anywhere from 150 to 200 people applying, and all those people didn't get a call, much less the interview, and you did. So that is something you always want to celebrate. I think, for me, as a final thought, is it's important to focus on the process and not the outcome. Because when we start to worry about the outcome, which we can't control the outcome.
Right.
But when you're worried about the outcome, we do this as humans. Like what happened or why I don't know.
Yeah.
But we will drive ourselves crazy if we worry about the outcome. But if you're working the process and you're talking to people and you're going to meetups and you're learning different and upskilling, great, you're controlling the things you can't control.
Exactly.
What you can't control is how old you are.
Yes. Ooh, good one.
Right? But if you set yourself up as the expert in the field, how old you are does not really matter.
Control the controllables.
That's right.
Yeah.
fun question for the day.
Ooh, I always look forward to this one.
You really don't, but thanks for playing along. What are you currently obsessed with?
Ooh, okay. So I just got back from visiting my mom who lives in Hawaii. That's where I was born and raised. And we have this thing called shave ice. Now, people, it's not shaved ice, it's
Shave ice.
shave ice. And there is a new place here in Plano that just opened up.
Okay.
It's called Ululani's, Ululani, and it is from Hawaii.
Okay.
And it's shave ice. Please go. It is amazing. When I'm in Hawaii, I have one every single day.
Okay.
On a good day, I could have two. And it comes like in a bowl. You get vanilla ice cream on the bottom,
Okay.
and they put the shave ice on the top,
Yes.
and then you get to choose your flavors.
Okay.
They have pineapple, coconut, passion fruit, all different. Oh, it is amazing. Obsessed. And now with summer and the heat, and
So hard.
I told Jason yesterday, you have to take the wife and the kid.
All right.
Yes.
I will get on it. We live in Plano, and I will
All
get
right.
on it.
Ululani's, everybody, check
I
it
will
out.
get on that. Yeah, what are you guys out there? There's like 7 people watching. What are you obsessed with? Put it in the chat. Let me know.
What are you obsessed with?
Currently, right now, I am obsessed with the game, the app Pokemon Go.
Okay.
Right now they're having they're having an event this week, all the way through this weekend, and so I'm trying to level up on the thing, because once you hit a specific level, you get an unlock for a brand new monster in the game, and I'm super stoked to try to do that. It's so stupid. If you see me out in the wild and I'm like this, like looking at my phone, that's what I'm doing. I'm playing. I'm playing Pokemon Go. I think like you know I walk like 5 to 7 miles a day,
Yes.
and part of the reason that like I'm playing the game while I walk, because the game rewards walking.
Oh, okay.
That's originally how I got into it. Again, like it was 2020, and I had nothing that was just for me.
It
Like-
seems like walking and gaming is a disaster waiting
It
to
says
happen.
at the beginning, be aware of your surroundings.
Thank
right?
you.
But that's how I ended up starting playing. I downloaded it when like everybody else did in 2016, and then didn't do anything with it. And then we had the pandemic, and we were in quarantine, and I used, and we still brew beer with my friends, but like I didn't have anything that was just mine.
Right.
And so I remembered that the game rewarded walking, and I started playing, and I've been obsessed with it. But I'm super obsessed with it this week. So.
All right, fun.
Next week, Jill, thank you for being here.
Thanks, Jason.
You're back next week.
No.
No. Like, no. Next week, though, Brenda Butnick will be here. Brenda has been on many times, and we're going to talk about fraud and cyber scams.
Ooh.
So you don't want to miss out on that for sure. Come and watch me and Brenda talk about scams. That's a big one, and it's happening, and it's also happening, like, to those that are 55 and older.
Happened
Right,
to
we
me
will
yesterday, people.
You got a scam?
I did.
Oh. What happened?
I got a text from FedEx saying that they tried to deliver a package. Well, I was waiting for a package. And they told me the date that they tried to come. And of course, I was at work and they needed my signature. And you click on it to reschedule, not thinking. I clicked on it. Yeah. So please be careful, everybody.
So we'll be talking about scams, those kinds of scams,
Yes.
text scams, and also what happens when you get caught up in a scam. So that's all next week. Until then, y'all have a great week, and we'll see you then. Bye.